Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial on IT.tutorials. I am Josef Botnar. I invite you to another tutorial regarding this project, school registration system. This is a project done using Visual C# and Microsoft SQL Server 2019. This tutorial has the goal to create a class named user, which will contain all the methods regard to this form user, the methods which should add, update and delete records in a database. Actually, when I'm going to press this button, register, that method will add the user records into database, update the user records in a database, and delete the user records in a database. It is a very good idea to use classes to split your code. Just have a thought. If you are going to plan to have about 50 methods, so a lot of methods inside your code. If you're going to put all these methods into one file, this will be very difficult for you to maintain, to handle the code, to handle the methods, and to make the changes inside the methods. So that's why it's a very good idea to split your code into a few classes or in many classes, and inside those classes you place your methods which are regard to one category. One class is related to one category of your code, and that category should contain methods which are going to perform some tasks. Yeah, so in this way your code will be well organized, well maintained, and for you will be easier to maintain, to handle the code. If you need detailed information about object-oriented programming, I've got some tutorials in my C# playlist. If you go there, I have done quite a lot of tutorials related to object-oriented programming, and there you have very detailed information about object-oriented programming. Here in this tutorial I'm going to give you just the information regard to this code, because the object of this video tutorial is a bit different. It's related concrete to this project. So let's start. I'm going to do the code as I do usual, and after I finish I will give you all the explanation needed to understand the code. So let's start. Here you go. As you have seen, the code works properly, no problem. So let me to give you the necessary explanation what I have done here. So I created this class user, and here I declare this private field members. So it is a good practice to declare the fields private, because we want to hide fields using properties. So this is the called encapsulation. So the idea is to encapsulate these fields using this modifier private using properties. So I used these properties, username. This set will assign the value to this field, the username, and the getter will return the value held by this field username. Actually, if I go here in this file register user.cs, actually I use the properties to get the value from these text boxes. If I go here on the form, yeah, actually the value are the records typed by user inside these text boxes, yeah. And here these properties, all these properties will take over the values enters in these text boxes. And as I told you, the inside the properties, these fields will be assigned using this set, and the getter we return the value held by the fields. The same thing works with other properties, with the password and for position property. Yeah. Also, I use this default constructor. This actually the constructor has the same name as the class has, yeah, as you can see, and the form of the constructor is very similar with a method, with a function. Also, I preferred here to use a default constructor because I used this way to assign the values to these properties, but you have another option. If you want to use, you can use a parameterized constructor, up to you. As I told you, if you need detailed information about object-oriented programming, you just go to my C# playlist, and there you will find detailed information regarding to object-oriented programming. Yeah. So and down here I created these three methods: add, update, delete. As you can see, nothing in these methods because just I declare them. In the following tutorials I'm gonna to make the code for these methods. This method public void add will add records in a database. This will update the records in a database, and the delete method will delete the records in a database. So and here inside the file linked to this form, this file register.cs, actually I created this class variable using this type user. At the same time, a class is a type, so I use this type user to create this object obj users, which I used it here, and I used it here in inside this method. So I create this private void user data method in order to take over the values typed by user inside these text boxes. Yeah, and the values are taken over by these properties, and I can access the properties just if I instantiate an object using the class user. Actually, the instance is done here on this line, and now I am able to access the properties of user class because I instantiate this object here, obj user. So this username property will take over the value from this text box username, another one password from this text box password, and the position from this text box position. And here I use this message box together with show method just for testing if the class works. It is a good method to use this $sign before the double quotes. Inside the double quotes you can place either string and objects or variables. As you can see, the object and the variables are placed inside the curly brackets. In this way, this dollar sign will concatenate the strings together with the variables and the objects. And this is a very efficient method to output the result. So let's do another test. Let's release this application. Click on admin. Let's type something in this form. I'm going to type my name, Josef Botnar. Okay, the password, like password 01. Let's copy and paste it in here. Let's write manager, yeah, and click on register. The data entered was successfully validated. Click on OK, and here you go. The username, Josef Botnar, password 01, position. Here something is wrong. Let's see what I have done wrong here. Yeah, this is a problem because I used the same property here. Here I should have written actually the position, yeah. All right, let's save. Let's release it again. Let's press admin. Let's type again. Josef Botnar, password 01, position manager. Good. Click on register. The data entered was successfully validated. Click on OK, and here you go. Username Josef Botnar, password 01, position manager. So the class works. It was tested. That was the objective of my tutorials today. As I told you, in the following tutorials I'm going to make the code for these methods: add, update and delete the records in a database. So thank you for watching this video tutorial. See you next time. Bye bye.